The story of the Great Pyramids has captivated imaginations for centuries. Ancient wonders standing tall against time, massive stones stacked with precision. Their very existence has prompted awe and a fair share of myths. Chief among them is the age-old belief that these colossal monuments rose from the blood, sweat, and tears of countless slaves suffering under the lash of pharaohs. But as modern archaeology pulls back the veil of mystery, a different, more complex story emerges, one that reveals not only the ingenuity of ancient Egyptians, but also sheds light on their social structure, work ethic, and surprising humanity. For generations, the idea of slave labor fueling pyramid construction was widely accepted, woven into folklore and popularized by movies and literature. But evidence uncovered in the sands of Giza tells another tale. It shows that the true builders of the pyramids were not slaves, but skilled laborers, respected members of society, well-fed and organized into teams, all working on what was essentially the ancient world's greatest construction job. Consider the scale of the task. The Great Pyramid of Giza demanded the assembly of over 2 million massive stone blocks, some weighing more than 2 tons each. Coordinating such an endeavor required extraordinary planning, logistics, and expertise. Archaeological discoveries at workers' villages near the pyramids have revealed clues about how this feat was achieved. At these sites, researchers have found remnants of sturdy houses, communal kitchens, and evidence of plentiful and diverse food: beef, fish, bread, and beer. These were not pitiful rations handed out to slaves, but hearty meals designed to nourish skilled laborers and sustain them through grueling work. Further signs dispel the slave myth. Skeletons unearthed at these settlements show signs of injuries, a broken bone here, a healed joint there, that indicate harsh physical work. But more intriguingly, many of these injuries had healed well. The treatment these workers received reflects careful medical attention. In fact, the ancient Egyptians were among the world's early pioneers in medicine. This level of care is inconsistent with how slaves would have been treated. Instead of being discarded when injured, workers were nursed back to health, further supporting the idea that they were valued professionals. Organization was key. The workforce was divided into teams, often nicknamed after pharaohs or gods, suggesting pride and camaraderie. The pyramid builders included masons, carpenters, stone haulers, water bearers, and support staff. Many hailed from farming families who, during the seasonal flooding of the Nile, when agriculture was put on hold, found steady and prestigious work on the royal monuments. Their contribution was not only labor, but an act of devotion, a way to honor the pharaoh and perhaps secure favor with the gods. Inscriptions, graffiti, and even ancient payroll records have been uncovered, showing that these workers were not only compensated, but sometimes even celebrated. They received decent housing and were buried near the pyramids, an honor that would not have been bestowed upon slaves. Their tombs contain inscriptions expressing pride in their work, further confirming their status within society. The idea that the pyramids were built solely by slaves under brutal conditions is a simplification, a misunderstanding shaped by centuries of storytelling rather than fact. The reality is more inspiring. It was the brilliance, determination, and labor of ordinary Egyptians that raised these monuments from the desert. Each block lifted, each wall aligned, was the product of collective skill, organization, and human ambition. Today, the Great Pyramids stand as a testament not just to ancient Egypt's rulers, but to a workforce whose skill and dedication crafted timeless wonders. As new discoveries continue to surface, our appreciation grows for the ordinary men and women behind the extraordinary achievement, and for the real story of how greatness was built, one stone at a time.